Guys, I've got the parts to fix the Primal Challenger. Now, I've been reading some comments. You guys are comparing this to things like the Arma Felony. I'm going to tell you right now, there is a felony right now in this video. I'll show it to you in a second, but there is no comparison. A felony is a tiny little four-wheel drive car that has proven itself to go really fast, much like the other Arma vehicles, the Limitless and the truck body one. I can't think of the name of that one right now. But I'm going to show you guys something. There's a huge difference between four-wheel drive and two-wheel drive and this. Look, this is your felony. That's a felony. Let's get to the table. The rod end right here that broke, they go right here. This is actually the plastic, not the bolt that's actually bent, believe it or not. I had to verify here. But everything looks good. I did notice a little bit of there's a scuff. Yeah, right here. I did notice that. Now, one thing when we did the speed run, we didn't hook the body onto these. That could have very well been an issue. But I also want to, in this video, see if there's anything I can do on the back end as far as like getting some toe in or something like that. I don't think there is. I mean, it's possible there might be some pieces in there though. Possible there might be some inserts that we can use to adjust the toe in. We're going to dig into that. But first I'm going to go ahead and get these taken care of. This one is done. You're going to want about 2 millimeters of gap right there between the rod end and the nut. These right here by Negative G, they worked out like a charm. They were actually able to get this gigantic ball in this thing. I will show you that in a second. 8 millimeter wrench, 4 millimeter hex wrench. I did find a 6 millimeter bolt to kind of pre-run some threads into the rod ends to make this easier. It's easier to back this out of the knuckle. Okay, this is threaded right here, plus you got the nut on the other side. It's just easier to back that out and put this in. So that way you don't... Can you get this out without removing the bolt? Yes, but it's very, very tight. So honestly, I really expected this bolt to be bent. I really did, but you take this loose, you can actually get this bolt loose here. Okay, this right here apparently is not threaded. And I was able to rotate it, and they were in fact not bent. Adjustable rear toe. As it is out of the box, you've got about a degree. You can see a little bit right here. This is the stock piece out of the knuckle. So, but we can make more of these and actually increase the rear toe. Somebody just needs to make them, and I really doubt my PLA will hold up. So maybe when I get my nylon stuff in, where I can actually really print nylon well, yeah, maybe I can make a few of these to increase that toe in. And now for the size comparison. Look at this. There is no size comparison, especially against your felony or limitless or infraction or something like that. You start talking Losi 5B here. This is an actual TLR 5B. You can see the body-wise, it's actually bigger than that. The wheelbase is a little bit longer, not by much, but by a little bit. This is it next to Tim's Limitless. This car's went 163. All right, so this is a 163 mile per hour car. You got that? Foam, this thing is set up, but again, there's no comparison. This right here is a little rocket. This right here is a gigantic block. So getting this thing to 100 is gonna be a heck of a challenge. Plus, it's two-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive. But Tim said he's aiming for 175. We'll have to see if he can get that. Closest thing we've got in size is a Losi. Look at this, big old 5T. Look at this thing. And the body is just as big, or at least it's the same length, not as wide, but look at that. So yeah, getting this thing to 100 is gonna be a whole different ball game than taking that 192 mile per hour Limitless up there, you know? A more common vehicle to compare against this would be a 6S Mojave. And you can see right here, it's still not even close. Here's a Creighton 6S. And here it is against the wonderful X-Max that we all know and love. Look at that. Man, I tell you what, X-Max are some of the best trucks out there. And the biggest comparison of them all, here we have the Grom Mojave. Look at that. It's barely longer than the door, okay? But regardless of all that, I guess now I get to start some tuning videos on this thing. Challenger. I want to mess with that rear end a little bit as far as the toe in and all that stuff. So certainly got some work to do, but yeah, this is going to be awesome. Okay, so all I'm doing with this part right here is trying to check these brakes. Brakes look a lot better. Now I just completely cleaned the pad too, so I'm leaving some fresh rubber down for our NASCAR race tomorrow. That is so much better. I like that. Now we've got good brakes, guys, so maybe Gary won't crash this thing when I give him another run with it. I like it. All right, I think we're good to go. There is one thing I want to do though. Yes, it does have backup lights. Yeah, I'm not doing another burnout. That was a disaster of a mess. But I think we're good. We are good to go. Repairs are done. Size comparison is done as well. So you guys, commenting, trying to compare the normal vehicles against this, it doesn't work. Like I say, you guys say, this versus that. It doesn't work. None of that works. Four-wheel drive, little car, proven 200 miles per hour versus this monster, two-wheel drive, unproven. And it's not even really built for the speed. I mean, it's a gigantic brick, okay? But two-wheel drive, I really want to get this to 100, but I want you guys to look at the servo. Now, the tires aren't on the ground, but look at the slop in the servo. And this right here is why, this is why Gary had such a hard time holding the thing straight. So, in my opinion, Viking RC did a great job. I saw some comments, man, I'd be so mad if he did. I'm like, no, I gave him the controller. I said, here, drive this. Okay, when I go back out there, I might try a little one-handed just to see if I can make this thing run or stick. But before we go back out there, I'm definitely putting in the Reefs 1000. So Beast 1000 is absolutely going in, so hopefully I can get an exact track on this thing. That's the game plan. I would like to see it get into the 80s or 90s. Viking says it's got 100 in it. We'll have to find out. Guys, check that description. I'll link the car up down below. Use those links. Hit that subscribe. Ring that bell. You guys have a wonderful day. If you're still watching, you are top shelf. You are the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter. You are phenomenal. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. Now, down below, there are links for the products you see. Also for channel memberships. If you guys want to be a part, channel members get early viewing on pretty much everything that I can. So, guys, check that description. There's a lot of info down there. Thank you all for watching.